Our first question for y'all, if you can just tell us your name and your film title.
I'm Joshua Kim. My film is Beyond the Break.
Hi, my name is Hanson. My film is Timeless Trinkets.
Hi, my name is Joshua Duff. My film was Brothers.
Hi, my name is Zhang and I made Tiger.
Hi, my name is Schaffer and I made Untold Stories.
Hi, I'm Aysha Lopez and my film's Nguyen.
Hi, my name is Mariska Nouvong and I made Together as One.
Hi, I'm Kayla and I made Keeping the Beat.
Hi, my name is Minhtu and I made Binary Brushstrokes.
Hi, my name is Audrey and I made Small Hair Hailey.
Hi, my name is Miranda Fecher and I made the film Disability Does Not Equal Invisibility.
So we want to know, how did you come up with the title for your films?
Miranda, you can start. I would say I came up with the title by talking with my mom and kind of talking with the different people at the different runs that she was doing. She's been doing half marathons with my brother for a while, and she's kind of connected with that community for a while. And I was able to learn like the different perspectives through Team White that everyone was going through. And a lot of people were talking about how they felt invisible and how they felt like their stories weren't being shared and how they felt like the awareness on like accessibility was kind of like small in comparison to a lot of other issues that were being highlighted. So that's how I kind of came up with the idea of like disability does not equal invisibility.
I kind of explain it in the film, but Small Hair Hailey is what I called my grandma for most of my childhood, and since names are a big thing, I think, in my documentary, I thought it would be fitting to name it that.
I called my film Binary Brushstrokes because I wanted to incorporate different parts of AI into my film, such as like AI made music. So then I was playing around with ChatGPT and I was just like, oh, what's a name for a film about AI and art? And it gave me Binary Brushstrokes and I liked it.
I created my title Keeping the Beat because it's pretty much about keeping jazz alive and keeping that legacy going, because I feel like jazz, it has a stereotype that only like that it's boring and that like a lot of old people listen to it, but that's like completely like far from the truth. I feel like a lot of people in this audience also like have this love for jazz, I'm sure, and it's kind of just keeping that legacy going and keeping it alive. So that's why it's Keeping the Beat. So.
My film was Together as One, and I came up with the title because like mix is like usually like two like different ethnicities or even more. So then I came up with the title by like pushing them together and making us like our identity and like as one.
So my title is in Spanish, it's The One Who Lives. And I named it that way because throughout the film, like, it's just me discovering like the value of life and just like, even if it's not living the best, but like enjoying what I have.
I came up with the title Untold Stories pretty quickly, just because based off the fact that Lao American refugee stories are just relatively unknown and nobody ever really hears from that community.
I picked Tiger because, well, it's the infamous stereotype, but I also wanted something that was apt and also catchy and not too specific, and I really like the name. Ever since I had the idea, that's what it is, and now I have a few hundred images of tigers on my computer.
I come up with the Brothers film title pretty quickly, honestly. I think it kind of just popped into my head. It's like, that would look cool on a screen. And the rest of the film kind of came with that afterwards. It was kind of like in reverse order.
My original title was La Mesa Antique Mall, but Moriah said that wasn't good enough. So I changed it to Timeless Trinkets because I think antiques have a timelessness to them and they're here to stay.
I came up with Beyond the Break because I was kind of like thinking about like what happens during surfing and how people view it. And I feel like a lot of people will just see it and be like, oh yeah, that's really cool, but they don't really understand like the social aspects or like the dilemmas actually going within the surf community. So it's kind of like what happens beyond the ocean to break.
That was beautiful, thank you all. So I know each of you have your own artistic voice and unique style. So I wanted to know, what does your artistic voice and vision mean to you? What does your artistic voice and vision mean to you?
To me, like my artistic voice means a lot because it kind of like gives me a way to express myself, and it kind of gives me the power to express ideas and share my opinion to other people, because I feel like art is a great way for people to be engaged and actually take in information rather than just like learning it within schools that has bias and opinions. So we are freely able to use and get people to learn things.
Shoot, I forgot the question already.
What does your artistic voice mean to you?
Oh, to me it means a lot because I think storytelling through filmmaking is a privilege, and I think everyone has a story to tell, and it's really important that we tell these stories. And just me personally, I really like antiques, and that's why I did mine that way, but I also wanted to sort of keep it with the theme. Color grading, I think I emulated Kodak. I forgot what film stock, but it's just keeping your creative vision true to yourself is like really important to me.
So I would say that the artistic like vision is the most important thing for me, because whenever I'm like crafting up like ideas for a film or anything, usually it just comes in like brief like bursts, you know? Like I always get like an idea for like, oh, what should the title be? What should the ending scene be? And everything else kind of comes after that. So I think like the vision is the most important part for me.
I think with artistic value especially, there's a lot of ways you can express yourself that can't be told by just talking or simple words. Such as with films, you can, as Hanson said, use color grading to emulate emotion. You can use handheld footage to emulate some kind of response, and that's just something that's very unique to artistic media as a whole, and you can't just find by saying your information outright.
I think it's important to express like where you come from and your own culture. And although my film is just about Lao Americans, I really wanted to like inspire other people to talk about their culture and use it as sort of a conversation starter to talk about, you know, your own culture.
For me, I think it overall just defines the person you are. And if you're able to express yourself, people are able to see what you offer and how you bring like more happiness to the world. And if you're able to do that, you'll be able to not only have a job and like do everything else like any other person, but what I mean is like you'll be happier like that. And at the end of the day, it's really all happiness.
I think for me, like it means a lot to me, just like a lot of like my other classmates, but I think it's a way to like express yourself and connect people together, and it kind of like Michael says, like an outlet for people to like communicate and like talk to each other, and it's just like a way to connect, especially with the people like you wouldn't really like connect with like just by talking.
Okay. I think there's a lot of ways to express yourself, but I think it's really great how we can express ourselves through film because you are your own like boss in the way where you can make your film however you want. You're in charge of like the entire process. You can create like as much B-roll you want. You can make all your own transitions, and you can. Can you give me like 5 seconds? Okay, and then you can just express yourself, send a message to, like my message was about jazz, and the way I like to style it, it was more like a lively kind of feel, and I kind of wanted to express that through all the interviews and all the B-roll I added, so yeah.
I think artistic expression is very important to me because especially when I was a lot younger, then I've never been very outspoken, so I think it's a great way for me to express myself without words, and it's more accurate to what my feeling is.
I just think using art is a great way to like explain or recount experiences that otherwise would take like days or weeks or even years to like try and explain otherwise, and you could hopefully do it within a matter of minutes.
I like the way Minhtu explained it. I would say that my artistic voice helps me a lot because it's a way to express how you feel, not through words. Because a lot of the time when you use your words, I feel like it sometimes isn't the best interpretation of how you feel. And through like the visuals and kind of like the interviews and the whole process of filmmaking, you're able to make it your own. And you're truly able to express how you feel through that film. And I feel like through Real Voices, it really helped you show the social issue aspect of it, which is really hard to explain in words to people that haven't had that experience or secondhand experience of any of that.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and open this up to the audience. So we're going to take some questions. In this format, we also want the students to kind of just have more of a dialogue, a conversation. So not everyone will have to answer. You'll just, hey, I want to answer, take that question. So if you feel like you got a question that you want to take, just let me know. All right. Anyone else in the audience have questions? Let's start.
I could just yell my question.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Voice students. It was quite a journey for all of us here in the audience, and so diverse in all the subjects. I had a specific question to Audrey, and I wanted to ask you about your choice in when you were trying to interview your grandmother. You had the camera set on yourself. Was that an artistic choice? Because it was very interesting to watch you while she was trying to answer, while she was not answering your questions. Or was it that she did not want to be on camera?
It was a bit of both. My grandma requested that we didn't show her during the film, so that's why I had the camera on myself. I also didn't want to just use an audio recording because I didn't think that would be compelling enough. I think with me watching it, you notice throughout the film I do glance at the camera. I don't mean to do that. I don't really know what was going on through my head during that time, but I guess I just wanted to capture like my natural reaction to everything, and so that's why I had to blur out her face in the corner. I didn't mean to like have her face in the corner at all, but I don't know. I kind of I guess created like that sort of artistic moment. But yeah, it was her decision.
My question is for Miranda Fecher. What part of your film do you think impacted you the most as a person?
I would say the part of my film that impacted me the most as a person was probably going to my mom's runs. I've never really been a part of that before, and I was never really able to like actually see the experience of going on a run, waking up early, preparing for it. And I felt like actually being with the Team Hoyt community and Ansley's Angels, which are the two communities for kids running with disabilities, I thought it was really interesting because I was able to like kind of connect with my brother on a deeper level because of course he can't speak. So whenever he like expresses himself, I feel like through the running, I was able to understand parts of him I never saw before.
So you obviously have kind of an idea going in, right, of what you want to film, but was there one thing, and this could be for any one of you, was there one thing that you learned that you did not know really about your Asian American culture that you're like, oh my goodness, that's something that I can take that, I don't want to say life-changing, but it's just something that just kind of went off. I mean, you're still really young, right? So I'm kind of excited to see what future films you guys will bless us with. But was there any one thing that kind of went off as far as your Asian American culture, family, community that you learned as part of this process?
Well, surprisingly, even though I didn't interview my mom, I think she's somewhere in the audience here, but I did interview some of my mom's friends, and they did tell me a lot about my parents as a whole, relate to them as well. And like, as such, it helped me look back and realize the thought process behind a lot of actions that my mom has done for me. And it's just a way that I can bond through my parents. I'm not talking to them, but I still can bond through the information I learn, and I can relate to how the problems she goes through are similar to the ones I go through as well. And I think it's just, with every film, when you're filming, you can interview people and learn more about yourself directly or indirectly through the information you learn, and that's what's so beautiful about film as a whole.
Y'all are amazing. Thank you all so much for being here to support them, and thank you all for all the hard work you put in this summer. We do have a reception after, so if you have more questions, you can talk to them directly. Yeah, come join us, and thank you all.
The reception will be across